Good morning, friends. I don't know who's going to hop on this morning. I know last week I missed the training. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I 100%, um, 100% overestimated the amount of busyness I would experience in um, California. Sorry about that. Sorry, there was a issue with one of my live feeds. That's fine. Um, how are you guys today? I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I know people may jump on live, or a lot of you are going to watch the replay, and that is 100% totally fine. But if you're watching the replay, I hope that you will still interact and engage and comment, because going back and reading those comments is how I can connect with you and know what maybe trainings you would like in the future, what you like about what I'm saying, what questions you have about what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. So use those comments. If you're on Facebook, if you could just give StreamYard permission to know who you are, they see your profile, and that way it pops up with your name and not just Facebook user. And that way I can address you by name. So I hope you're having a wonderful Friday so far. Let's jump right in. So today we are talking about reasons that you should be going live for your business. And I know that just the phrase "go live" strikes fear in the heart of some people, and that's okay. It's okay. So we're going to talk about it for a little bit. I'm going to give you some reasons to go live, and then some perspective, my opinion on some of these things to expand on, and then you can ask questions. How's that? So the first thing is that going live is a fantastic way to stay connected to your target audience, right? You can connect by posting, but it's not real time. Everything is after the fact, right? So this is real time connection with your audience, and it keeps you top of mind. Hopefully, if they're following you, they're going to be getting notifications every time you go live. And so they're, oh, good, I can pop on and interact. So real-time way to keep in touch with your audience, which is always a good thing, right? Number two, it's going to increase your brand awareness. So here's what I want you to realize. Now, some businesses, the product is the main part of a brand. But reality is that for most businesses these days, you have a personal brand. You are your brand. Okay. So, in the case of, like, there's a lot of network marketers that follow me. So I'm just going to use that as an example. But it really kind of stands to reason with a lot of other businesses as well. So this translates. If you are in network marketing, your company is not your brand. Your products are not your brand. You are the brand. You are what people want to follow, right? And so you have brand pillars. I usually like to have people choose around 5 of them. And those are the things that are super important to you, that kind of make up the core of your being, that you're going to go live and talk about all the time. This is what they can kind of expect out of your personal brand, right? So my pillars are faith and family and techie things and clean living products and my dogs. Typically, I can almost guarantee that you will hear them barking at some point in any given live broadcast that I do. Hasn't happened yet today. Wait for it. Trash day. So those are my 5 pillars. What are yours? If you don't know, I would encourage you to take a minute and brainstorm a little bit. Write them down. What are the 5 things that are most important to you in life and business that you are going to be posting about? Okay. You need to make sure that you are consistent and not wishy-washy, because people will come to associate those things with you and expect those things from you and your brand. Okay. So next thing, you are going to be able to build the know, like, and trust factor with your audience. There's something about voices and seeing expressions on faces that allow you to connect better with people, right? That's why they say smiles are contagious. Well, you can see when I'm passionate here, when I'm large hand movements, excited voice, leaning forward posture. You can't do that in a regular Facebook post. And so um, it allows that no factor. Like you either like me or you don't. And if you don't, you're not my people, and that's okay. So you're going to increase that know, like, and trust factor. The more you add value to your audience, the more they are going to come to trust you. And they're going to be bought in, y'all. They will be bought in. So going live, it increases your know, like, and trust factor with your audience. Number 4, it allows authenticity. Real-time engagement. Hey, I don't know who you are because you haven't given StreamYard permission to see you, but hello, just drop your name in there so I know. So it's going to allow you to be authentic and have real-time engagement with your audience, like I just did with whoever's watching right now. The fact is that most people are going to watch the replay. Hey, Wendy. Most people are going to watch the replay, right? It's just a fact. Your video content is like 90% of it is replay watches. Okay. So that does not mean to connect with people. It's all going to be real time. You are going to have to go back and you're going to have to check comments. You're going to have to interact with questions, things like that. So there's a lot that you're going to be able to do on the back end, but going live allows real-time connection with your audience, and that is also really, really important, okay? So the next thing, number 5, it's gonna allow you to establish credibility. Value, value, value. If you have read the book Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk, he's amazing. If you don't know who he is, he's a marketing guru. And another way that I like to look at that is give, 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 sell. So you're giving, you're giving, you're giving, and by adding value to your audience, whatever your value looks like, what is your value content? If you don't know what your value content is, you need to be brainstorming that list as well. I would love to know from you what your personal brand has in the way of a value offer for your ideal client. Just drop that in the comments. It's going to give me a good idea of who my audience is and how I can help you better. So drop that in the comments. What's your value add to your clients? And it might be a lot. So, write a paragraph. It's fine. So give, 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 sell. Add value always. The more you give, the more will be given to you. That is biblical. Stand on the promise. Next, number 6 is going to increase your reach. Okay, so here's the dealio. I'm going live in a bunch of different places right now, all at once through StreamYard. It makes things super simple because I can reach a broader audience with just one platform and one stream at the same time. The main thing that you're going to need to remember is your profiles. If you are in business, your profile should be public. I've run across some people that have a business, want to grow their business, and yet their social media is locked down tight. And that's not a way to grow a business, you guys. It keeps your circle real small. Put your profiles on public. If you have children that you're concerned about, you don't want all your family business out in the general internet sphere for all the humans to consume. Create a private account for just your family stuff. But your business, where you're running your business in the social realm, absolutely needs to be public. Absolutely. That's the first thing that I do when I do any kind of a social media audit. If you have a private page, you got to change that. Okay. So, public. And then last, this is important. It allows you to repurpose content. How do you do that? Well, you have like StreamYard, which is the platform that I'm using right now, will give me a recording that I can then take into any video editor that you choose to use. Um, on my phone, I use something called InShot. Let me see if I can show you what. Okay, y'all don't judge my apps. I have a lot, but this is InShot right there, the red one, InShot, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. It's a great way to edit your videos on your phone, super quick. On my desktop, I use Premiere Pro, but you can absolutely use something like QuickTime or iMovie, something much more simple than Premiere Pro. You don't need all that. But then you take your video content from your lives and you chop it up into bite-sized pieces that you can use for reels or shorts on YouTube. It gives you multiple pieces of content that you can reuse that is in video format, which is super important right now. The algorithms are preferring video, and it gives you something that you can chop up into pieces and you can repurpose later for multiple things. So what I'll do is, like this video, for instance, I'll take sound bites out of this, little pieces out of it, and I'll create content, and I'll have stuff that I can upload to my account for at least the next week. And so it's good multitasking. Good multitasking. Okay. So StreamYard, let's talk about this for just a second. If you guys are interested in learning how you can go live to multiple places all at once, I have a new blog post that you can plug into. I'll drop the link here in the description. Excuse me. So inside that blog post is also a YouTube tutorial on how to set up some of the spaces that you can go live in. Instagram and TikTok both have new features where you can insert your RTMP link, and that allows you to go live in Instagram and TikTok too. Now, a caveat to that, not everybody has that feature yet. They're rolling it out slowly. I have Instagram, I do not have TikTok. And I know somebody who is vice versa. She has TikTok and not Instagram yet. So I have no idea how they pick who they're going to roll stuff out to when, but it's there. So I'll drop that link in the description and you can check that out. What happens if you're afraid to go live? Because I just had a conversation last week with somebody who's like, I hate it. I don't want to do it. I'm afraid of it. I'm bad at it. Okay. Here's some tips. Okay. Number one, practice. Practice going live. Okay. So in Facebook, one way to do that is to start a group. You have to add one other account to your group in order for it to be a legit group. And so what I do is I just use my husband's account and say, babe, you don't even need to pay attention to this. Don't turn on notifications. I just need you in my group. And that way I can go live and practice and get comfortable before I go public. Don't do that too long. Don't get comfortable going live in the practice group. You need to rip the Band-Aid off and actually just do it. Okay. Nobody's good at it at first. Nobody. You'll get better the more you do it. Okay. Instagram, also new feature. They now, when you go live, at least on some accounts, this is on mine. Again, this is a caveat. They're rolling these things out slowly to people, but look for it if you don't already have it. When you choose go live on Instagram, you can now choose private or public. So private, you can actually record your live and then it never has to go anywhere. You can delete it, or you can choose to turn it on live in the future. That is cool. That's really cool. So y'all just start messy. Start messy. Like I said, nobody is good at live video at first. One super great tip that I would give you is don't think about the masses, okay? This little camera right there, this little camera that I'm talking to, if I can just think about one person, my best friend that I'm going to coffee with, or my ideal client that I'm wanting to teach something to, or impart something to, or coach, it's the one person that I'm sitting across the table, making eye contact, okay? Look at your camera, guys. That's what the little green light's for. Look at your camera. You're making eye contact with the person that you're speaking to. And if you can just picture that one person in your mind that you're directing your conversation to, it's going to make everything so much easier and so much less intimidating. So I hope that you found this very valuable. Like I said, I'm going to put my link to the blog post and the YouTube tutorial in the description here. And also, just in case you are wanting to get better at your live streaming, I have a free download. It's called Live Video 101. I'll drop that in the description as well. You can download it. It gives you a bunch of tips and tricks on how to set things up, how to get good audio, how to get good lighting, etc., etc., etc. So hopefully you'll find some value out of that too. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments right now because I am at the end of my material. Anyone? Bueller? Okay. I'll come back and look at comments, like I said, and answer any questions that you guys have after the fact. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next time.